December 30th, 2020, and we're doing our Wednesday night live chat from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can post any comments or questions in the chat box. If you're watching this video as an upload, you can also make any comments in the comment section down below. So, waiting for some people to get into the room before we start. Just pulling you all up on my cell phone here. So I can communicate with you guys. And I don't have my mic on. I just forgot to put it on. We're going to go without it today. See how it goes. If I need to use my mic, just let me know. I'll have to bounce you all around a little bit. But I'll get it on. A lot of people are in here already. And it is 7 o'clock. So I'm going to go ahead and just start reading some of the chat comments. Got Sheila Wheeler saying, good evening, everyone in tea. Cynthia Field says, did you have fun at retreat? You guys were laughing so much. I am surprised you guys could sell. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Kevin and I always have a lot of fun when we get together. But just wanted to do that because somebody had asked us if we could do a video together like back in summer this year. And we thought that we would get it together for you guys. So that's how it happened. Ellen Campbell and Campbell Creation says hello T and all quilting friends. Maddie Barnum says hello T and everyone. I see your trip was very nice. Wow. Ellen Campbell is saying hello to everyone. I'm having internet issues today. Sandra Adger is here. She says good evening T and quilters. Robin Boyd is here. Says hello Miss T and everyone. Ellen Campbell says, I got 19 star blocks made, working on another 10 or 20 of them, trying to perfect them. Vivian Calvey says, hi, T and everyone. Dolores Felt says, good evening, T and T Quilters. Diane 57 is here saying, hi, everyone. Cheryl Clute is here saying, happy New Year's, everyone. It's a lot of people in here before 7. Robin saying hello to Diane. Susan T says, hi, T and T Quilters. Hoping for a better New Year 2021 for everyone. Yes. Susan is talking to Robin. She's saying, Robin, for so many this year has been devastating. BB Oliver says, hello, Miss T and friends. Been waiting for startup. What did you and Kevin buy? We'll talk about that in a minute. Not as much as you all think we bought. Mario is here. Says hello from friendly Montreal. Hello, hello. Dee Dee Hansen is here. Says she's here from Michigan where we have snow that is now crusting with ice. Yikes. Happy New Year to all the tea quilters. Next year has to be better. Yes, indeed. It can be worse, so I'm praying that it's better. I just lost my comments, so I'm hoping that they're still going to be here. Hold on. Teresa Louise, I quilt too, is here, says hi T and friends. Kim Burris is here, says hi T and T quilters. Judy is here, says hello T and everyone. Let's see. Darlene Crosby is here, says hey T and T quilter friends. Let's see. People are saying hello to each other. Maddie says I hear you good. Thank you, because I just didn't want to mess with that mic today, so I'm hoping you can hear me. Vivian saying the same thing. Cynthia Shade is here, says good evening to all. Michael Piccarelli is here, says hey, you, miss you. Hey, Mike. I'll be back. Linda Griffith is here, says hello, everyone. Linda Robertson says hi, T and everyone. Dee Dee says it's not very loud, hard to hear you. Remo says, good evening from Bowie, Maryland. Melanie D says, hello from Durham, North Carolina. That's where my cousin lives. Let me make sure my volume is up, guys. It's going to pause. So, yeah, my volume is up. Since we got an hour, I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. I'll maybe lean in a little bit and talk a little bit closer to the microphone on my iPad. Let's see. Elizabeth Keenan says you. I don't know what that means. Tom Eckery is here. Says, hey, T&T Quilters, hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Tom, for the reminder. Maddie says, it was a nice video. Oh, she's talking about our live with Kevin. Okay. Linda Griffith says, hi, Kim. Hope all is well with you. Quilting for the Soul is here. Sarah says, hello, T and everyone. Denise Soul Patch 33 says, hello, everyone from Northern Illinois. And Elizabeth saying, hello from the UK. That's what it was. She just got an enter too fast. Mario says, I have 24 blocks cut out. That's awesome. He's ready to sew. L Time says, wishing you a happy new year, T. By the way, my quilted pillow turned out really nice. Recipient loves it. That is awesome. Glad. Francis Jackson says, hi, T and everyone from Lathrop Village, Michigan. And June Hansen is here saying hi, T and everyone. Kevin the Quilter is here. He says, well, look who it is. My good friend, Miss T. Haven't seen you in forever. Hey, T Quilters. Adam's World says, hello, everyone. Darlene is also reminding people to hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Maria Mayer is here saying happy new year to everyone. Celia Swain says, hello, T and fellow quilters. Jackie K is here, says hello, T and all. Spent the day cleaning and rearranging my sewing room to be more useful. So that's a good thing. That's what I want to do soon. I need to reorganize because I'm getting to the point where it's so messed up I can't work anywhere. Sue says, it was great to see you and Kevin together on retreat. Did you make his I'm a Missouri Quilter shirt? I hope everyone had a blessed Christmas. Yes, I did make his shirt. I make those for any state. So if you would like to order a shirt, there's just a special order request. But you can order on my website. And then I just contact you and ask you what state and what actual size. Because I have my prices in various sizes as how the t-shirts cost me. And then I just contact you, or sometimes PayPal will put a little note box up there saying, do you have any notes to put on your order? You can also write it in there. But yes, I did make it. Let's see. Darcy Savali is here saying hi, T and everyone. Hi, Darcy. And she's also saying hit that thumbs up. Janet is here saying hello to everyone. Hi, Janet. And Quote Gal says, hi, T and everyone. Happy New Year. June Billings is here, says hi, T and everyone. Elizabeth says, hello, snowing in the UK. Love you, T. Well, thank you so much, Elizabeth. That's really sweet. Melanie says, hi, T. You got my thumbs up. Thank you so much. Kathy Klein says, hi from Central Illinois. Nancy Holmes says, hi, T and quilting friends. And Vicki Lemire is here saying hello. Let's see. Trying to make sure we get everybody in. Leetta Bryant is here saying hi, T and T Quilters. Betsy is here saying hello and good evening, T Quilters. A lot of you all are saying hi to each other. I'm trying to skip them and hoping that I'm not missing anybody's comment. Tiffany's Quilting Life is here. Says hello, T and friends. My brother Ray is here. Says hi, sis and everyone. Hope everyone's staying safe. And you have my thumbs up. Well, thank you, sir. Marcia says, I'm sorry. Marcia says, hi, T and T Quilters. Happy New Year. T and Kevin really enjoyed your retreat. Well, thank you. And I'm laughing at all these laughy, smiley faces that these people are putting behind their comments because we were off the chain. I think I was slap happy a couple of times, and I don't know what Kevin was on, but we had no alcohol, I can tell you that. Mario says, I tried to use the font stitches to identify my blocks, but it's not nice. Kind of bunching in the 2-inch strip. Okay, so it just doesn't like doing smaller text. And Sheila Willis says, hello, tea and quilters. Nancy says, Christmas is over. Time for strings and blocks. Yes. Joni Foot is here. Says, hi, tea and all my fellow crafters. Hope your holiday has been good so far. Hope you all have a very happy new year. Well, thank you. Kim says, please remember to thumbs up, share, subscribe, and if you haven't already, hit the bell so you get notifications. Thank you, Kim. Linda Price saying hello to everyone. A lot of comments here. I'm trying to get through them. Janet Mackerel came in, says hello, tea and quilters. Tucker is here from Tucker Sewing and Quilting, says hey, tea and everyone. And Diane says, I won't be doing a swap this year. Okay, and I'm not expecting everybody to participate. And also, I reduced the time that the blocks are due because I just think 5 months was just way too long to have it open. So I am reducing it. Plus, you have less blocks to make this time. And doing a live, Kevin ended up with about 10 blocks, and then he sold another 10 the next day. So he has another set of 10 because we're both doing 30 right now just to get started. But it doesn't take that many days of sewing to actually do those blocks, especially once they're cut out. They're a lot quicker than our other blocks. Vicky Lemire says, T, I was laughing so hard my belly hurt laughing out loud. That is funny. So if you don't know what they're talking about, Saturday night, if you have not watched the Saturday night live video, I had a special guest, and I also said I was on quilting retreat. I think in the title, I go quilt retreat with special guests is I think how I worded it. And I went to Kevin's home, and Kevin is actually on that video, and of course we were cutting up. So if you want to see that video, I was also slap happy. So it was funny because within 5 minutes of being live, somebody accused us of being drunk. And it was like, no, we haven't had a thing. We've just high on life, I guess. Having a great time. And plus, again, as I said, I was slap happy. But a lot of people seem to have enjoyed it. We actually stayed almost 3.5 hours on that live. Way longer than what we were scheduled for. So if you all are looking for something to see, probably turn your volume down sometimes because we were probably loud. I haven't looked at it myself as a replay, but I know we were laughing pretty hard. So, and people in the comment section were laughing at us or with us, shall I say. So we had a great time. It was a great treat. That was quote unquote our Christmas gift to the Teaquilters. So you all got to meet Kevin and actually see him and get to chat with him, got to ask questions and things like that. So it was a pretty fun night. What else have I done since then? Oh, I've been working on another project that I'm not at this point sharing. So it seems like I may not be doing anything right now, but I am, because I am not using the long arm. My quilt's still sitting on it right now. But I have been working on another project. So that's why you don't see me with anything right now. I did get cards from June Hansen for Pamela and Shari. So I will be forwarding these. I plan to go to the post office tomorrow. And then Cheryl Land, I think her card for Pamela was just delayed. It came in later. I picked these up on my way home Sunday. And I haven't been back to the post office yet. So I will put these into the envelope that I'm sending things to. Those two ladies. I didn't want to send anything last week, so I probably have now, I'm just going to guess and say about 8 cards each for each lady. And I will be sending some stuff out hopefully tomorrow if I make it to the post office in time. So let's see. Mario says it was a lovely video. Loved it. Well, thank you. Diane says, please remember to hit the like button and to show T some love. Well, thank you, Diane. Tom says the retreat was excellent. Loved it. Janet says, I loved all the laughter. It was so funny because my endorphins was going so bad. I knew we were a hot mess and I just couldn't stop laughing. But, you know, at times like this, especially at the end of 2020, if you can laugh your way out of 2020, then that's a great thing because it's so many people that I know that aren't here on this earth. So I was so glad to have that time with Kevin just to have a good laugh spout. So we really enjoyed each other on that video. Dora says, hi TNT Quilters, thank you and Kevin for the enjoyable evening Saturday night. You are so welcome. Teresa says, I really enjoyed the live with you and Kevin. Was so good to laugh with you all. Betsy says, T, I will probably need to advice on the go. Me will love to talk to you offline. That'll be great. I will. You work during the day. I'll try to remember to call you when I get off, or if I don't, call me when I get off online tonight because I know you work during the day. Terry T says, hello everyone. Hi Terry. Nisi Moss here says, hey T and everybody. Kevin says, it was wonderful having fun with you all last Saturday. What a wonderful group Miss T has here. Yes. Tom says, I picked up some cards today. Well, thank you, Tom. And this is not going to be the last batch that I send. So if your card don't make it into this stack, the cards that I've already received today are the only ones going in. So anything I pick up tomorrow, I'll start a new envelope for. And that's just because I prefer to have my stuff weighed and sealed at home so I know how much postage I need to add. I don't want to get in line when I go to the post office because the lines are still pretty long. People are mailing gifts and stuff after Christmas still. So I don't want to get into any of those lines. So just know your cards will be forwarded accordingly. And that's why I've been kind of reading here who has sent them so that you know they made it to me. Once I mail them to them, I think Cliff, Shari's husband, has been letting me know when they arrive. But I don't know who's assisting Pamela, and I'm really concerned because I haven't heard from her now in a few weeks, and that's unusual. So I'm really concerned about her. So I'm not sure if the first batch of cards ever made it. I sent her a letter letting her know that I had sent them about 4 days later because I figured it was going to take time for them to get there, and I haven't heard anything from her yet. So just keep your prayers going for any of our quilters that are really sick during this time. Just do a blanket prayer for everybody. Let's see. Diane says, is anyone else having trouble seeing Miss T's shirt color? It should be gold. I don't know what's going on with the screens here. Dorothy says, you can have fun without drinking. That's right. Sue says, so what did you guys get at Marshall's? That's coming up in a minute. Kim says, it was good to laugh with you guys. And Linda says, high on life is the best high you can have. Yes. June says, T-shirt is a pretty yellow. Mario says, I see a beautiful bright yellow. So Diane says, must be my internet. Okay, so T, when is the next retreat? I have no idea. Kevin was trying to pimp me out to come have retreats with individual quilters where he was going to be collecting money. We got so crazy on that video. I have been out of my 80-20 batting that I have been using. And so Kevin was nice enough to want to go with me to Marshall's Dry Goods so that I could pick it up. And I wanted to go pick it up because I need a lot of batting. So we went to Marshall's Dry Goods in Batesville, Arkansas on Tuesday. We were originally planning to go on today, and we were going to give you all a little bit more notice that we were going to be there, but only by a couple of days. But ended up that the weather forecast for our area is turning bad tonight, and we weren't sure what time we were going to be back in. So later this evening, it's going to start. It's been raining all day, like misty kind of rain. but it was going to be below freezing in the evening, and they just didn't say what hours, but in the evenings. And so we didn't want to be on the road and chance running into black ice. So that's why we had to just end up just going. It was kind of an impromptu trip in the first place. We had talked about it Sunday, but we had to get some things confirmed with other people involved. And so when everything worked out, we originally scheduled for today, but had to change it at the last minute to Tuesday, which was kind of great for you all because then you didn't get to miss this live that I'm doing today, because otherwise it wouldn't have been a live on Wednesday night. What did we buy? What did I buy? I'm not going to talk about what anybody else buy. I only talk about what I buy. So what I bought was 3 rows of 80/20 batting, and I also bought 1 row of 124-inch batting, warm and natural, 100% cotton. That's what I'm trying to say. And then I bought a few bolts of fabric, a couple bolts of fabric that I like, and I also bought some yardage that I'm going to use as background in some quilts. So I'll show you the fabrics that I bought, but my car was full to the brim. I had them stuff my car with as many bats that they could put into my car. So that's why the car looked like a sausage. My car is a big car, and people were saying we needed a bigger car. No, my car is big enough. If it was big enough, any bigger, I would have just been spending more money. But I bought 4 rows of batting for me, and I got some fabric. And I haven't even opened the bag yet. They got zip ties on them. So let me get some paper scissors here. Just put that back there. See who else is coming in here. And Diane says my shirt either looks green or orange on her screen. Well, it is your screen then, girl. Kevin says, send your request to me for T to join you in your studio sewing for the low price of $500,000 an hour. Good Lord. You trying to move, aren't you? Kevin the Quilter, rent a quilter. He is crazy. That is funny. And Kevin, talking about I had to ride on the roof on the way home. He is too funny. Janet says, T, if you have BLK nearby, could you show the pressing on the back? Want to be sure I am doing mine correct. She's talking about pressing on the block. I'll show that in a minute. I'll show this fabric, and I'm going to get this done because this is where I'm at. And let's see. LaConte Middleton says, good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome. Good evening, T and everyone. Hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. I missed a couple of live chats, but I'm able to tune in tonight. That's from Cheryl Bean. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. So Love is here, wishing everyone a happy new year. The best to you all. Stay safe. Thank you. And Tiffany is also reminding everybody to welcome to everybody that's joining. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. All right, so we're going to go ahead and show these fabrics first, and then I'll show the blocks. And I don't want to lose these cards, so let me put that back there. So I did not buy a whole lot of fabric. I actually used restraint. As far as Marshall Dry Goods brand of fabrics, there is very few of their actual products that I like. As far as their fabric lines, they tend to remind me sometimes of older calico prints, and so that's just not my general style. But there is one line that I do like, and I bought like different colors of it, and I went back and bought one of my favorites, and then I also bought a new boat of a different color just because I'm like, you need to do something different instead of putting the same fabric on these quilts all the time. So we'll start with the name brand fabric. They do have brand fabric that you can get at a discount between $3.99 a yard all the way up to $5.99 a yard. So it just depends on the fabric and the brand, and I guess if it's selling or not, what the price is. So this is Quilting Treasures fabric here. It doesn't have a name on this fabric. It's 2013, and that's what you're dealing with when you're going with Marshall. You're mostly getting older fabrics. Okay, so that's what it is. But this is fabric number 1, and I'm just moving it up close. I can't see it, so you can get a good picture of what the fabric color actually looks like. Okay, so I bought, I think, 4 yards of this one. They're going to be backgrounds. And I think I bought 4 yards. I don't know if I bought 4. I can't tell by the way she folded. Maybe this one is 4 yards. I'm not sure. I got 2 of them. I got 4 yards. And the other one I got 6 yards. So here's another one. I'm trying, you know, sometimes when we say backgrounds, we're thinking of white on white, tone on tone. And I'm looking for something that has a little bit of texture and also color, not a white background. Again, I got 6 yards on 2 of them and 4 yards on another. This might be the 4 yard one. It feels a little lighter. So this is another one. And I had a hard time choosing just 4 of them too. And then this is the same as that yellow with the pink dots, but I got a blue one too. And I don't know which projects I'm going to actually use these in. But let's see. These dots are about cloth worth. And I'm sure they're called Basic Bubbles. And this is Quilter's Basic. And it doesn't have a name on it. It just has numbers. So that's it for the brand fabrics. Just those 4. I just bought a lot of yardage. So this was 20 yards of fabric right here. And then I bought a brand of fabric that's called Zapper. And this is kind of weird for me. It's a plaid, but it's not a plaid. And I really like this because I end up using it for string quilts. I bought some of this before, put this on a border, and I'm telling you, everybody really loved it. And I like this one. This one's actually my favorite one. And it's because it has all colors in it. It has all colors in it, so I can just make any string blocks and put this on the border, and it will work. So that's why I like this one. And then whatever accent color I pull, it will also work. And I don't know if the camera is picking up on this, but this is like a navy blue background. But then it's got all these other colors going across it, even various shades of blue, into teal blues, medium blues, royal blue, sky blue. So it's got quite a few different blues in it, but it's got red, greens, orange, and yellow. Then the other one that I got, and this one's still in the plastic. The one that I bought here is out of the plastic. It was actually on the shelf, and it was the last one they had, but they hadn't cut it. So I went ahead and bought it, even though it wasn't wrapped. And I bought the entire boat, which has 15 yards on it. And this Zapper has different numbers. They don't have color numbers. This is Zapper pattern number 03. And this one here is number 08. And I'm hoping that you can see this through the plastic here. But this one I bought because I'm trying to make myself do something different, so I'm not using that blue one, my favorite, all the time. And this one has kind of an orange coral background with greens, a medium green, kind of a lighter green, and then teal and a sky blue with some yellow. Might even have a little red in here. So this one's really bright. So that's all that I actually bought other than the batting. So let's see what the comments are saying, and then I'll get one of those blocks off the wall. Patty C says, hi, T and everyone. Heard about you from Tiffany and finally found you. Well, welcome to the channel, and thank you, Tiffany, for the referral. I had somebody else that sent me a comment saying that they had learned of my channel, had a question they were asking me, and so they said that they had come from your channel. So thank you, Tiffany. Appreciate that. Jenna says, I'm going to start a GoFundMe for Michael P. And I have T and Kevin come to Bakersfield. Oh, for Michelle P, not Michael. And have T and Kevin come to Bakersfield. You're going to need a GoFundMe for $500,000 an hour. Good Lord. I didn't know he was going to be that kind of expensive. He's trying to retire off me. Tiffany says, I like Marshall Dry Goods 108s. It's pretty good quality. Mary Lazunci says, I want to wish everyone a happy, healthy, and safe New Year. Well, thank you. Don Cunningham says, hey, T, just finished eating late and cleaning up supper dishes. I made it. Mario says, man, those prices kill me. Boxing Day for fabrics here is $10 a yard. Wow. Denise says, love the yellow dots. Love your fabric colors. I really like that yellow fabric and the blue. Hey, they're all cool. Ditto about the blue dots. I'm collecting dots. Those are nice. That's pretty. Really like your zapper. Love the plaid. Love the zapper. Hey, T, good evening to you and the whole quilting crew. That's from Kathleen Champ. Hi, Kathleen, and welcome. Mary says the plaid is nice. Weird is nice every now and then. Laughing out loud, Darcy. Nancy says, I love Marshall's Dry Goods. Very pretty choice of fabrics. I really like the zapper. Dots are awesome. The zapper is cool too. Elwin McGaws here says, hi everybody. I've been enjoying your last couple of replays, especially the special guest on Saturday. Wishing everyone a happy new year from Las Vegas. Well, thank you and welcome. Denise says, like the orange zapper. Oh, I like the light zapper too. I would like to make some pillowcases with that pink plaid. Very nice haul. If you like any of the fabrics, T will sell 1 yard cuts. That's from Tom. I'm late. Zapper. Remember the thumbs up from Dorsey. Joyce Baker says, very pretty. Red is my favorite color. Saw the shopping pic. Love you, T. So I know everyone else will. Well, thank you, Tiffany. Oh, Tom, you may be getting in trouble. You know, I probably could sell some. I would have to see if you all want some. I can see if I can sell you all some, and then I can just order back through them wholesale and see what they do, because you know, and see what the shipping is on it. But I could sell you some, especially if you're in Canada or something and you're having trouble getting some. I don't think the shipping to Canada is bad as it is going everywhere else, like Australia and all of that kind of stuff. Kevin says, yes, ma'am, T is a great retirement plan for me. That's a great retirement plan for me. Terry says, great fabric choices. Quilka says, Zapper 9 is beautiful. It's blue and yellow. Yes. And they had so many, but when you start buying stuff by the boat, you're just trying to, you know, I wasn't buying to resell. I was just buying because I was buying for me. So I originally was going there to buy boats of fabric, and I was going to buy the brand name fabrics that they have, but they wouldn't let you in, they wouldn't let us into that area for some strange reason, and I just really didn't understand it, and nor did Kevin. And I just decided I wasn't going to ask any questions. You know, sometimes when people are telling you stuff and it doesn't make sense, I would question it, and I asked a few questions trying to lead into why, and you know, the answers I was getting just didn't make sense to me, and so I just quit because I didn't want to be irritant to I have a seller there, so I didn't want to get on her nerves, but I just stopped asking questions. I like the fabrics and looks like gingham, and that's it. So let me get a block off of this wall. Somebody wanted to see the black to make sure they were pressing right. I thought that I talked about pressing in the video where I did that I uploaded last Tuesday, but maybe I did not. Maybe I missed something. I'm trying to stack these bolts up here so I don't knock them over, but they'll probably still knock over because I still got AccuQuilt dies here in a stand that I never put up. When I press these flying geese, I press toward the star points. And I just did that because I didn't want to have you all pressing seams open. I just felt like it wasn't that necessary, that we could work with it. And then when I sewed my block rows together, I pressed toward the outer squares on this row and this row. And then I pressed toward this center square when I sewed this row together. Then when I sewed the rows together, I just pressed the seam toward the geese, the outer unit. So I pressed toward the top and bottom. And then this is how it looks on the back. And I'm hoping you can see that because I can't see. Okay, so that's what the seams look like on the back. Oops. Jackie says, while beautiful, most bolts here are around $25 Canadian. That's why we all order from the USA. And these, like I said, those are Marshall brand, you know, well, the brand bolts, and it's because they're years old. Remember that these fabrics are 7+ years old. So a lot of people who wants new fabric will say that's one of the bad reasons to go to Marshall Dry Goods. But I got fabric on my shelf that's been in my stash since the time I started quilting in 1994. So what difference does it make if it's 7 years old for me? So it doesn't bother me that they have older fabric. It's the question is, do I like the fabric that they're trying to sell me? And that question is yes. And like I said, I had to tell myself when I went in, I said, don't go crazy in here. Just get what you came to get. And then crazy for me was buying the 20 yards that I bought, the 4 pieces of fabric that I got, you know, 20 yards of. I wasn't intending on buying that many yards of brand fabric per se, but because I like to buy things by the whole bolt. But yeah, but that is a good price, but they're just older fabric lines. And you just never know what you're going to get either. You know, some of your popular colors in the line never make it to Marshall Dry Goods. So you can't say, well, I'm just going to wait until something gets maybe to Marshall Dry Goods and buy it. I'm not going to use it for years anyway. Well, they don't get everything because it may sell out. Fabric lines do sell out. But that's expensive fabric in Canada. Ellen says, that is beautiful beyond eyes. Oh, she's talking about the block, the back of the block, I guess. Holy cow, Jackie, if you can afford a bolt for $250, you can afford for T to come sew with you. That is funny. Mario says, I took a screenshot. Yes, okay. Don says, they don't have a Marshall's Dry Goods near me. I wish they did. There is only one Marshall's Dry Goods that I'm aware of. Quick Gal says, Marshall just sent me a sale for Cloudburst Tonal on sale. Ellen says, looks like I'm going to need a road trip. Can I have their address, please? You're going to have to Google Marshall Dry Goods and just find it. It's only one, Ellen, and it's in Batesville, Arkansas. I can't remember their address right now. We just Googled it while we were in the car to get there. And thinking of in the car to get there, I'm already laughing, but I was really upset Tuesday on this road trip. I saw a sign that says quilt fabric. And I passed it up because we were on a highway, and Kevin goes, turn around, turn this car around, turn the car around. So I turn the car around, and then we get to the sign, we read the address, and it just has an arrow telling us to go down. And so, of course, we go down, and then we get to another intersection, and there's no other instructions on how to get to this quilt shop. And so I stop in the middle of the road, and I hit Google to ask if it was any quilt shops near our location. And I gave it the address that was also on the sign. So it we ended up thinking that we're following the GPS. So we go around and we find the shop, and the shop is closed. So that wasn't even the deal. So I'm thinking, okay, we made it to this location, and normally when you put in a what they call a destination before your actual end trip, because we had marshals already programmed in, we figured out what happened since then. But when it was happening to us, we had no clue what was going on. So then we keep driving, and we're telling us that we're almost there. And it takes us into an area, and I'm looking like, where's the police department? Marshals, I pass the police station sometimes. Where is that? But anyway, it took us into a little small town that kind of looked like it could have been Batesville. But the sign said Wynn, and I'm thinking, counties have different city names up under their counties, and I'm thinking maybe we into one of these suburbs or something that has a different name, Wynn. It actually took us to Wynn, Arkansas, which was an hour and a half away from Batesville, Arkansas. So I was not happy. I was pretty grumpy for about 45 minutes maybe. But we ended up getting to Marshall's. We just got there a whole lot later than we thought. We were going to stop at other quilt shops in the area, but we didn't have time after we actually stopped there and got what we wanted at Marshall Dry Goods. So it was we did a little unnecessary sightseeing, shall I say, a good hour and a half worth, and then plus maybe another 45 minutes that we went out of the way. So I'd say about 2.5 hours of unnecessary driving. So yeah. Let's see. Tiffany says, I like to buy background colors by the boat at Marshall's. Checky K says, Kevin, she can't come across border now. I would love to have her come. Yes, they got Canada is one of the strictest borders. They won't let their people in or out. You got to fly in and fly out. And then I've been seeing some of the nomads, that people that travel in RVs in their cars, saying that they're having their cars shipped over to the USA because a lot of Canadians normally snowbird here in the USA. So it's a little bit different this year. Don says, if fabrics are all becoming digital printing, some of the older fabrics may be better. They were pretty. Missed what the prices were per yard. Well, the ones that I got were up to $5.99, but they do have ones that are a little bit higher than that. Could go up to. I just didn't get those. They do have higher prices on some of it. But the ones that I got were up to $5.99 a yard. My thoughts on digitally printed fabrics. I don't know if I'm gonna be liking it as much. I'm in some long arm quilting groups, and people are having some difficulties with quilting on some of them. Remember that quilt that won in the quilt show? It won first place for that quilt, and it's beautifully done. Her quilting is magnificent. Her digital printing is awesome, and I'm here to tell you that all digital printing is not the same. It's kind of like when you get a low line level of quilt fabric over a brand name level of quilt fabric. There is some difference in that. And so people have been having problems with the flaking. Remember, when stuff is digitally printed, it's like a lot of ink. It could be different types of ink, and so some of them are not all the same. So I'm thinking you're going to need to be careful with digitally printed pieces as well, and some of them could be a little stiff. So I haven't quilted any of my digitally printed designs. Like I've got the those big floral things. I've got quite a few that I haven't done anything with that could be digitally printed. I don't know how the other ones are. I got a few panels that I haven't done anything with. I bought a few in Houston, and then I bought a few on road trips with Kevin as well. But so just be careful. And look at those and see if anything is flaking. Try scratching them if you got them in person to see if they flake or anything like that. Because the last thing you want is while you're quilting, especially on a long arm, and see white spots because the ink and stuff is starting to come off. So just be careful with those. Peggy O'Connor is here. Hi, Peggy. She says, hi, TNT Quilters. I missed your haul. I have to watch later. Yes. Tiffany says, Scott, loved your egg photo, T. He also seen your haul. He says, we need to drive to Arkansas just to go to Marshall's because when I order batting, it's outrageous to ship the rolls here to Arizona. And that's the reason for the road trip. I had been putting this trip off. I thought I was going to go earlier in the year, and then COVID hit. I had thought before the year started that I would go sometime toward the end of June, early July. And so then I just put it off because Marshall's was closed for 3 months, and they were doing shipping, but they weren't letting anybody into the store. And so I just decided to just wait. And so it was kind of an impromptu trip. I don't like taking long road trips in the winter months because you can never predict the weather. Hence why we had to even reschedule already. I think somebody asked about how long was it. It was 5-hour drive for us. I think I forgot to answer that. It was a 5-hour drive each way. And then when we got lost, we added on that other 2.5 hours. So, and then we had to stop, of course. Some places we stopped at, like, they wouldn't have their restrooms open. So we basically, you're kind of stuck going to service stations to use restrooms because a lot of places do not have their restrooms open. Even some restaurants don't have their restrooms open. So it's kind of a little hard to do road trips right now. And Ellen saying, okay, thinking, I think for the address somebody supplied to her, I think it was Betsy. Don says, how long? So that was the one I've already answered, sorry. I went crazy in Marshall Dry Goods. That's Sarah. Batesville is about 2 hours from me. That's Patsy. Betsy gave the address. Maria says, years ago we had fabric store. Oh, I think Ellen was saying, okay, for me saying Google. Okay, but Betsy gave it to her down below. It's 310 West Main Street in Batesville. Maria says, years ago we had a fabric store called Marshall's, very high end, but it does not exist anymore in Montreal. Lordy, 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 that GPS. I know Kevin was like, oh my God, it's okay, T, it's okay. I'm like, I'm just irritated. And she says, thank you to Betsy. Sometimes GPS take you to one place by way of 5 others. What happened with that GPS was that instead of giving me the address to the quilt shop that was in the current city that I was in, that same address existed in Wynne, Arkansas. And so it took us there. Instead of taking us to the closest place, it just happened to drive us past the real quilt shop that we were looking for. So we thought we were there and it was closed, and we just started back driving again, you know. So that's kind of what happened. So you got to be real careful with those GPSs. Anytime you make a detour, make sure that you're back on the same path traveling where you want to go, because it was a hot mess. I was not a happy camper. Eric Oda is here. Hey, Eric, he says, hello, hello. The other Kevin the Quilter is here. You got that right. Kathleen says, T, I always check Antin with a glittery sparkle in it just to see if they flake. I don't want any glitter or anything. And I do that too. And they had some glitter prints that were really pretty. And I just decided to just not get them. I'm like, you didn't come here for that. And that's not what you're looking for. They had 2 pretty ones, a lime green and it was a purple one. And I almost bought like 4 or 6 yards of those too. But I put it back. So don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. Maureen says, I love getting lost on long trips. When I have time, see, we were on a time crunch, and that was the problem with that. I don't mind, like, traveling back roads when I got full tank of gas. I think we were even needing gas at some point, so it got to be a little stressful, you know? And then we stopped at one service station. They had the credit card thing, had tape on it. They had tape on something else on the gas pump. We looked up at the windows. All the windows looked like it had been clouded dirt for years. And we was like, no, we're not buying gas here. So we had to leave. But, you know, that's the part of doing road trips. That's the fun of road trips. She says anything. Okay, because I couldn't remember. I don't know what you was trying to say. I thought you was trying to say a brand name. So thank you, Kathleen. Judy says, Eric, we missed you. Darcy says, remember to give T that thumbs up. Thank you so much. Eric says, did she get lost with Kevin? Yes, I did. And Kevin, even when we got into Win, Kevin goes, this should be saying Batesville, and I still didn't get what he was saying. I was just driving. But it was only like another 5 minutes from the time he said that, because we were technically there. It was ridiculous. Remo says, thumbs up. Let's get the numbers up. Thank you so much. Tom says, Kevin, next time you need to do a selfie with Miss T when she's grumpy at the GPS. I can't believe she's ever anything but happy. Oh, I get pretty grumpy. Yes. And Kevin's telling Eric that he's crazy about saying the other Kevin, the quilter, is here. Judy says, Eric, you sure did. You must watch the replay. Yes, he did watch the replay. He left a comment, but I've commented, answered some, but I haven't answered all the comments on that video yet. And Patty says there are a lot of great quilt shops in Arizona, and that's what we were trying to do. We were trying to at least hit another quilt shop in the area, trying to hit one if we could on our way home, or like even going out up to like another 30-40 minutes on the other side of home. But we were not able to do that after we got lost. So, and then Eric's answering Judy says, Judy, I did. Someone thought Kevin was me. Yes. They also thought Kevin was my husband too. So Cheryl says, the first time I drove to Avery's Cheer Gym, the same thing happened to us. Same address in sister cities. Yes. Patty says, you could have ended up in Stuttgart. Honey, we didn't even know anything about Win. Then we felt so funny because we didn't know any of those particular roads. Kevin had been to Marshall's Dry Goods, so he kind of knew the roads. I drove back through that way when I went to Houston. We stopped 2 years ago on a Houston trip. So, yeah. Claudette Bettis is here. Hi, Claudette. She says, hello, T and everyone. Late serving at the food bank. Well, thank you for coming in. And Mario says, good job, Claudette. She's so generous of her time. Eric says, try using GPS in Hawaii. The instructions say turn left at the mango tree. That is funny. And then you see about 22 mango trees, and that's exactly why I was laughing. Because I'm like, that would be what would happen. Kevin says, time, trust and believe. She was a little on the upset side after that GPS bobble. Kevin says, we were both upset, to be honest, laughing out loud. He said, understandable, so frustrating. And it was all about, we weren't going to make it to that other quilt shop. That's all it was about. Tiffany says, does it really say that, Eric? Because that's funny. Yeah. So, I don't have, I think, anything else to discuss. I'm trying to think. Tomorrow, New Year's Eve, I'm thinking about, I haven't fully decided yet. I'm going to see if I can get a project ready. But I'm thinking I may come on tomorrow for New Year's Eve and maybe so through to New Year's Day. And we'll see. I'm not sure what time I'm going to start. I'm not sure how long I'm going to stay. I just may stay until I go to bed. We'll see. But I'm going to see if I can prep some project, or even if I have to do the prepping while I'm live, but at least come up with some project that I can do, because what I'm sewing on now, I'm not ready to share that one right now. And I'm videotaping that in the process as well. So it will be seen somewhere later at this point. So, or somewhat later, not somewhere, but somewhat later. I am videotaping it. It's just that when I do series videos and I don't have everything ready at the same time, then you all, I get behind, the stuff happened in my life, and then you all are waiting for the next set of instructions. I'm getting a lot of comments about when is the next part coming out. So what I'm going to try to do for 2021 is, like, if I have anything that's a series video, I'm going to try to get all the series stuff done before I even post part 1 of the video series. So that way things will be able to roll out, say, on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, however I decide to release those portions of the videos. Don says, was Saturday the last live chat until after January? And what about Wednesdays in January? That's from Don. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna take off on Wednesdays too. I'll just tentatively say that I'll be here next Wednesday, and if anything is any different, I will most definitely post in my Teaquilts Facebook group, and I'll try to put a community post on YouTube since it is YouTube based. I'll try to put something there as well. But my hope is that I can do Wednesdays. Some things I need to do some things. I'm trying to get thinking about getting my kitchen redone. So I need to like pack cabinets and all of that kind of stuff. And that was one of the reasons why I was cleaning out my garage, is that I need to start boxing up stuff in my kitchen and taking it out. I'm thinking, and I don't know if I'm even going to be when I'm going to be able to get the contractor to do that even. So I'm going to be trying to box up stuff that we're not using on a daily basis. So it's going to be a little bit complicated until I actually get dates. But I have a lot of kitchen supplies. I have a lot of cake making supplies because I used to teach cake making classes at for Winston's at Joann's. I was going to say Michael's, but I taught at Joann's. And so I got a lot of supplies and stuff like that. And I'm going to be trying to go through stuff to see if I even want it. So it's not like just boxing up and, just boxing up and just throwing it all in a box and worry about it later. I want to box it up and get rid of stuff that I no longer want or need. So it's going to take a little time. So that's another thing that I need to get done. So that's pretty good. So that's one of the reasons why I'm taking off, just so I can still spend a few more hours in my sewing room sewing, because I got to get some stuff done. Woo, what else? So we'll see. If I come on live, it'll just be impromptu. I'll be on here for hours, so you all can just pop in and out at your pleasure. If I have to leave to go to the restroom or to get something to eat, I'll put a sign up here, but leave the screen live. My iPad, I did notice that even when it's charged in and I'm videotaping, it does lose its power. It never stays at 100% when I'm going live. So if it kicks us off, then I'll try to come back on if I'm not finished. But I'm going to just try to stay on as long as my iPad would allow me to videotape. Now, last time when I was with Kevin, we did 3.5 hours with no problem. So we shouldn't have a major problem. And it still had at least 60% of power when I got off with the 3.5 hours. So we should be fine with the time, but we'll see. But I'm going to have me a drink at midnight with you guys if anybody is here. So that'll be cool. So that's my plan. So you all that don't have anywhere to go, you can stay up to midnight with me. I'm up anyway. Oh boy, I can use cake making stuff if you don't want it. My daughter is also into that, so I have to let her see what she wants out of it. But that'll be the first thing that I'm going to be doing with it. And Eric goes, the Eric Oda Foundation does have a cake making division. Any donations will be gladly accepted. He is a hot mess. We don't even put fabric in the thing anymore because now it's fashion, fabrics, notions, cake making supplies. It was something else too. I can't remember what the thing I'm missing, but he is too funny. So yes, so that's kind of it for me. I don't have anything else to add. I don't know if anybody have any court related questions. I've shown you the block here. I got 30 blocks made for those that didn't see the live on Saturday. I'm going to hold off making any more right now until I see how the blocks come in. But according to comments and responses, emails that I've been getting, comments on Facebook, comments on YouTube, in the chat rooms, in the comment section, it seems like a lot of people are going to participate in the swap. So I'm hoping that, it all works out. And Sandra says, Happy New Year, safe New Year. So thank you so much, Sandra. And Happy New Year to you all, too, as well, that will not be back. That's one of the reasons why I didn't blurt that out when I first started, because I'm thinking I'll come on. So even if I'm not on early, I'm going to make sure that I at least come on around closer to midnight. But I plan to try to come on here earlier. It just depends on how I can, if I can prep some of this stuff that I'm trying to do for a project, or I got to pick a project. So that's the first thing, is picking a project, and then getting some fabric prep so that I can sew for a while. And Darlene says, wow, T, 30 blocks is great. You go, girl. Yes. And they, like I said, they went together pretty easy. I did that in less than a week. Quilting for the Soul says, Happy New Year to everyone. Eric says to Sandra, I may as well change my name to Goodwill. You got that right, Eric. Moria says, I will shop for a permanent pen. All stores are closed till January 11th. Okay. They're on lockdown. Peggy says, Happy New Year to all Teaquilters. Ellen says, Happy New Year to everyone. Sandra says she was saying strings. Okay. Let me go back. Happy. Okay. Oh, she's saying strings for me to work on. I'm working on a string project right now, and I just need something else to work on. I normally do go to strings because they're just easier for me to work on. But right now, unless I do have another string project I want to do, and it's not the one you're thinking of, Kevin. But I do have another string project that my Scrap Quilting Club did. I showed you all in a quilt. One of my completed quilt projects where one of my customers had me quilt her project, and I haven't done that one either that I need to do. So I guess I could do another string quilt, but I would really, really love to do something different. We'll see. I didn't ask for any suggestions, but y'all giving them anyway. Sue says, let me suggest the glorified 9-patch, laughing out loud. Cheryl says, good night to everyone. All have a blessed night. Well, thank you. Kim says, Happy New Year to everyone. Stay safe, stay warm, and God bless each of you. I love this quilt family. Well, thank you, Kim. Love you guys, too. And Don says, wow, Mario, January 11th, lockdown is a long time. Happy New Year's to everyone from June. Happy New Year and stay safe from Darcy. Happy New Year from Don. Jackie says, Ontario lockdown is to January 26th. So that's even longer. Joyce Baker says, now I have plans for New Year's Eve. Mario says, happy 2021, everyone. A blessed year is coming up for all. So thank you. Quilting for the Soul says, my birthday is January 11th. Yeah, and that's the other thing. January, I may have to come back on here Wednesday, even if I don't do a full hour, because I doubt if I'm going to plan something, but I'll at least do the January birthday shout out. So this is the thing. If you're new to the channel and you want me to shout out your birthday in your birthday month, then send an email or comment on the post that I got pinned in the announcement section on Facebook. If you send an email, just send it to teaquilts@teaquilts.com and give me your birthday. Most times I've been saying just in case I don't have something one month, but every month that I've done birthday shout outs since October, I think we started September or October, I've been having a drawing for something that I send to people. So go ahead and email me your birthdays if I haven't already. If you're already on a list, I already have your birthdays. Betsy, send me yours too, because I didn't write yours down last, when I did them at the 1st of December. So send me your birthday in an email just so I can, there are certain files that are on my hard drive. I don't use cloud storage. I'm not a cloud storage user. I want control of my own data. So I don't like cloud stuff, because if I forget a password and I'm not at home and I can't get in, or I don't like I don't like the cloud having access to stuff that to me is private, personal information. So I don't put my data on the cloud. So I can only work on certain things on my desktop, and I don't go there all the time. So that's why I need to have it in a comment in the Facebook pin post. I don't take them here, because if I write them down, then I lose the paper and you don't get on the list. But if I take them and you send me an email, I do all of that at my computer at the same time. So that's why I'm not writing them down. Well, she says it's 12:10. And I know I ain't going to remember, but I'll try. And Betsy also says Happy New Year to all. Jackie says good riddance 2020. Hello 2020, y'all. That's right. Blessings on this community. That's from Sue. LA County locked down until the end of January. Quilting for the Soul saying her birthday is January 11th. So please send it to me in an email just so that I can get it down. Or, like I said, go to Facebook and put it on that post. Because I'm getting quite a few of them here now. Darlene says AccuQuilt is still having a good sale with extra 15% off. T has a link. Yeah, and it's like you get up to 32% off the dies again. And then they're even, after you spend a certain amount every day, it changes. Every day the free die changes. So I just went in there today. I had an order that was $311. I had reward points that I used. And then I had used the additional 15%. It was Quilt 15 today. I used, and it goes through till tomorrow, I think. And that was another 15% off. Yeah. Ended up getting 32% off. I paid a little, like $208 for, I bought another cube set. I bought the 8-inch size. And I bought the 12-inch angles. And I bought one other die. I can't remember what it is, but I'll show it to you when it comes in. But yeah, it knocked over $100 off my order. Plus, I use my link. So I'll get that kickback as well. So, and then my links are always, because I get people still asking me for that. My links are in my video. So when I do my uploads, it's even in the upload videos because the comments in the description box automatically populate. So just check my latest video. Look in the description box and just scroll down a little. There's a link for my AccuQuilt in every video that I upload since I've been working with AccuQuilt. So you always got access to my link. Janice says, good night all and have a happy and safe new year. Thank you, T, for showing block pressing. You're welcome. And Quilting for the Soul says, okay, I will. Darlene says, free die too. AccuQuilt double reward points too, I think. And I don't know if they're still doing double reward points because they've kind of got me confused because they're doing every day, they're doing something different. And so I just don't know what tomorrow is going to bring because they don't even tell the affiliates what they're doing because they're doing something different every day and they want it to be a surprise. So they won't even tell us what they're doing. So it's a surprise to me as well. And Pappy not getting good hours. No can shop. Yes, I understand. So we're going to go ahead and end here. Leetta says, good night, everyone. Blessings in the new year. And we're going to go ahead and end here because it's 8:06. I was trying to get off here on time. But thank you all so much. And hopefully come back and visit with me tomorrow. See you all then. Good night, everybody. Stay blessed and stay safe, everybody.